Hello, I'm Ronald the Powerwork Builder, and today we are going to build a brand new Lego set, the F1 Aston Martin. And they actually changed the box style on the Aston Martin. Instead of it being instead of the end opening, it's just a cover, a lift cover. So it's actually a two-piece box. There's the that's what the final product will look like. So I thought that was interesting because the Ferrari, the Ferrari, the McLaren, the Mercedes, and the Red Bull all have a box with like a flap that opens, but this one is a lid style. So I gotta kind of balance this precariously on the table because it's not an actual box, it's just a lid. But that looks good though. But this came out I think, if I remember right, July 1st of 2026. So this is a brand new set, and it goes right along with the Red Bull, the Ferrari, the Mercedes, and the re-released McLaren, which I now have all the F1 Technics. And the Mercedes and the Red Bull are on the channel. I'm currently looking at the Ferrari and the McLaren that I still need to build. But I thought I'd start out with the new build, since this is, newly released, and the other two are, older releases. So there's a Lego version versus the real car. And it does retail for the same price that the Red Bull, the Mercedes, the Ferrari, and the McLaren, that $230 price point. So, without further ado, we are gonna snip our way into bag number one. And there are 10 bags in this set. And I'll just leave one of those for my spare parts. And I do have all the parts laying here, except for the other four that are right down there. There wasn't enough room on the table, but actually I think I might even move 4 more bags of parts just so I got enough room on my table here. Now, normally I would just, you know, crack open the bags and have the parts, you know, laid out and stuff. But figured since this was kind of a brand new thing, I'll just start with number 1 like this. All right. So first off, what we're gonna do is take this piece. Oh, and I just up there behind the camera, I did finally get me a lamp, a floor lamp, to put right behind the camera so that way it doesn't create any dark shadows or anything over here. Because these 2 lights like that you see, like this one, there's 2 of them. They only lit up the table. They weren't really doing very much to light up the space, like right in front of the camera, so that way when I tried to show you something, it was kind of dark. Alright, so but I did acquire a new lamp. So now let's see, we need this big gear. And this little yellow piece and this yellow piece. We'll slide that in there, putting that on that, and then our little gearbox, and we got to drop our little gears in there. So there's the first one, and then that one just drops in there. So there you go. And then I'll take 2 of these. So you want this side of the gear, to go in just like that. Kind of drops in there, and then this will pin it in. You may have to turn it a little bit to get it to go into that gear that's there. But then that's how that looks. All right. Now we'll take 4 of these and we'll take this with the short end in first. We'll make 4 of those. And then those 4 will go in here. Just like that. And then that's how that looks when it's all done. And then we'll put 4 more of these on top. And then we'll take this funky little piece and we'll just put it right there. Okay, so we'll set that aside for the moment. Let's see, I need this little piece with the plus on it. Okay, so that goes like that. And then this goes on there. Yeah, they released, I think, about 4 brand new Lego sets in July. This one, the Mitsubishi Eclipse, which is on the is live on the channel. The first first 2 videos I think should be on the channel already. But maybe by the time you watch this, that whole series will be on the channel. So I'm not exactly sure when I'll post this one. And then The other one that came out in July was the Konenzeg, which I will be building on the channel. I just have to figure out how I want to do that, because that is a massive build. It's got like three trays in there, and the 3 trays have like 10 bags a piece. There's 2 instruction books, and it's gonna be a massive build, more massive than these F1 cars. So so for now I'm just gonna work through my F1 cars. And figure out how I'm gonna do that one. Okay, so I think they want one of these on the bottom, and then one of these on the top. The instructions aren't very clear, but it does show the pin going through this, and then this one going up here. So all right. And then this goes on here. And then this will go in here. This goes over that. And that goes on there. So okay, then we need this piece and this. And that goes in there. That goes on there. So that's what we're looking like so far. I have no idea what we're building. Something that goes onto this motor section. Okay, so now this looks like it goes right there. And looks like we gotta do the exact same thing with the other side. So just gotta reverse the order of how you do these. That way you build up the other side. There it is. Come on. Trying to get the top one on the same way the bottom one was on, and it kept wanting to twist on me. The thing with these cross pieces is they've got to go in a certain way so that they're lined up. Okay, and then this just goes on this side. So, there's what we're looking like so far. Okay. So then we take this and we put it in the third hole, and this one in the third hole. And then we'll attach this to so where this rod is here, this is where this is gonna go. And we want to make sure there's two holes in the front of the piece. So the gray rod goes in the fifth hole on this. So then it looks like that. So you can see there's the black skip and then the gray, and then you got the two holes on the end of this piece. Alright, so then take another one of these L's, put that in there, put this pin in here, because that will be a pin, and then we need the other L. With its pin, and then this will connect to the gray and the black part that's there, but then that pin pushes in there. So you can see that pin pushes right into that hole there. And that's what this one does too. Okay, and then take two brown rods and then two of these. And this goes in the second hole, which actually pins this on. So now this isn't loose. Okay. Alright, so then we take two of these long pieces and we're going to bridge them across, leaving this end sticking out on this side. So where you see the two black pins sticking out is where this is going to go. So then it looks like that. All right. Now we'll take we'll take our suspension arm with that circle part down. We're gonna put one of these ball pins in that circle. And then this yellow goes up here. So It looks like that. And then we'll take 2 more brown pins. So we're gonna pin that. Okay, so I'm just trying to... Okay, so it's this side. So you want the brown pin to go right where it is, go through the black and then through this. So then it holds that in. All right. And then we'll do the exact same thing for the other side. Only though, you just put this yellow pin on the other side of it, which I got it too far in now. There you go. And then put the yellow or this red thing on. So now that's opposite of the one we did before, because the other one we put the red pin going out this way and the yellow was on this side. And then we'll pop that in with 2 brown pins. So there we go. Alright, and then we need to take these rods, which really don't probably matter which one is which, but we need to fix it to the red ball and the gray ball. So it looks like that. All right, and then we'll take our wheel hubs, snap them together, a little pin in there, a little gray rod, which really doesn't stay in there. It just kind of sits in there. But this whole thing will connect to this gray one here. And that's where this yellow pin will come into play. So then, now it looks like that. And this is open for the moment because that's obviously where the upper control arm is going to go. There's the other side, and then that's where we put in the upper control arms. And you leave this part facing up. And then we'll use our little brown pins from the yellow point. We'll put the brown pins in. So it'll look like that. Now this corner ain't hooked yet, but I flipped the page. It's still on. Oh, yeah, those other arms don't get hooked in quite yet. These ones, because there's more that has to go on this side. But we need the yellow pin to hook our axle in. So now it moves. And then we'll do that with the other side. There you go. All right. Now we take this, and I'm guessing we're building this back here, this rear subframe piece, because that's where the engine is. All right, so we need this piece, and we need to take one of those blue pins and put it through like that. Because then you'll take this on the end and one of these on this end. So then and then you, okay, so that's that side. So then you got to make the other one, but you got to do it in the reverse order. So you got the pin on that end, you got the pin on that. Okay, then this goes right there. because then this top part will line up with the suspension arm. And then we take two of our brown pins with a black collar and just drop that on, and then that's what will pin this and the control arm together. So then it will look like that with the brown pin in there. And that black collar was just to kind of fill in where the pin was. Alright. Now it looks like I need to make two of these. And then these go right in the middle. So those go on there like that. Alright, now let's see, what do we need to do? So we need to grab this piece. And put this little red piece partially in, because that's obviously going to be a clip. Yeah, so this goes okay, so that goes there, and then this pushes in. So yeah, it kind of falls down, but you can see that that's pinned in there. And then we need a red long rod. This on there and this on the end. Making sure that it's on the right end, and then that pushes through. And then we need a short pin. Push up to the bottom. The sleeve with the holes to the side. Okay, so I guess we just set that aside and we make another one. Okay, so then we'll put the red pin on this side. It really doesn't matter which side you put the red pin, because either way it's got to go in. But they're just saying that, you know, the first one went in on the left and this one goes in on the right. Really doesn't matter, but this part matters. So you want to put this on the, what I'm calling the left side. So you want that on the left side, whereas this was on the right side of that piece. Oh, and then we'll take this whole thing all right, did I do something different here? Or are they just not? Oh, actually, I just skipped a step. I'm supposed to put a little red pin on the end of that. It shows it on here. Shows this piece with 2 red pins. And then that just goes together like that. And then put a 2 black collars, and then 2 these gray pieces on here to lock the collars in. And then this whole thing goes on here. Just sets up there. It doesn't oh wait. That's what these blue pins were for. So yeah, that piece we just made sits up there, but then you got to take the blue pins and push the blue pins in, which is easier said than done. Because they want to wiggle. So there you go. So I pushed those blue pins in. Now that's not coming off. And then this goes on the back, leaving the first 2 holes open. Which again is easier said than done because you got these pieces in the way. Which actually I've got them on backwards. Nice. So I got to take this apart. So I just realized these are on backwards. I didn't notice that they had a certain direction. So give me a minute while I redo this piece. To make it fit. And then that other piece will actually fit. Okay, so all right. So if you look at this, it's got that little like hole there. That hole has to be on the top of the piece. And I didn't notice that, detail until just now when I try to put that bar in. So as the World of Wayne would say, I make mistakes so you don't have to. So just remember, when you do go to put it together, make sure that little circle is on the top, not on the side. Because then, if it's on the top, then your piece will be flatter. And then this piece will be able to go on. And I just knocked that piece off. Darn it. How the heck did I? So I gotta put my finger back there so that way that piece don't fall off again. Alright, there we go. Now that piece slides on just perfectly when these are in the position that they're at. That was my little faux pas. Okay, so now we need this piece. And then we need the last three pins. Because we're going to pin that piece in place. So, there you go. And then our final steps. So we got two pieces to go here. So take this little red piece and this guy. If I don't fling it off into eternity. So then it looks like that. So, okay, so that's okay. this goes okay. So that piece goes right there and right there. So then we just need to build the other one kind of in the reverse fashion. And then that one clips on there. And that, my friends, is bag number 1 of our Aston Martin F1 build. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one. Adios.